clowns, and welcome back to my circus. Please don't mind my voice and my sniffling as I am getting over a cold, so I'll try and cut out as much as I can. I've been planning this video and the videos to come for a long time now, and I'm so stoked that I'm finally able to make these. In October of 2018, I did something I thought was truly amazing and original, and some would say it was even my peak. I watched a horror movie every single day for that month. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna put a screenshot here of what I watched. It's probably gonna have to be two. It was such a fun experience, and being so exposed to so much content and horror in 1 month was really amazing. Unfortunately, I am actually not original because most of the YouTubers nowadays have been doing this for a couple of years now. Earth-shattering. But I digress. I decided I wanted to better document my journey this time around because I had so much fun last year. I decided I have to do it again this year. Instead of last year when I would wake up and just randomly look for a movie on Netflix or Hulu, I decided to make a list. I asked people on my social medias and in my personal life what their favorite horror movies were, what their least favorite were, some that they wanted my opinions on, and I compiled a list of the ones that I have neglected to watch for a long time now, and I smushed them all together. I tried to have a variety of types of movies, whether it be classics, slashers, possession, my personal favorite, which is anthologies, some that are even coming out in theaters, a couple where there's an old one and a reboot, and I kind of put them head to head and see which one I liked better, kind of like what I did last year with Cabin Fever, which, spoiler alert, was really bad. The remake, not the original. I thought the original was pretty good. I put a couple movies in very specific places in my list throughout the month, and the rest of them that I didn't have a very specific place for, I put in a list randomizer and kind of just let fate have its way. I wish I could take credit for the placement of day one, but it was just a happy accident. This series will be my child for the next month, and together we can make it grow. Or you could leave this video thus leaving me a single father fending for himself. Oh, but speaking of babies, actually, the first movie in this lineup has something to do with birthing. Or unbirthing, I don't really know. You'll have to just stick around and watch it, I guess. Before I go any further, spoiler alert, I am not a professional reviewer or critic. I'm hardly even a half-decent analyzer, but I love film and I just want to do and talk about what I love. Plus, it's all pretty subjective, right? I just want to have a really good time talking about movies and discussing it maybe in the comments with people who actually want to have a mature conversation about it and not tell me that my opinion is wrong. So what's the plan then? As I mentioned before, what I did last year is I watched one single horror movie every single day of the month. Well, I'll be doing that again, but this time I'm going to be writing down my reviews, what I thought about basically everything, and giving an overall score on what I thought of the movie. I always try to find the silver lining in every movie because no matter what happens, whether it was a cash grab, it was a great movie, or if it was just, you could tell that there was no heart put into it, people got together and made a movie. That is a monumental thing. So you have to respect it in some way. I always try to find the good part of these movies, and it will be very hard to find the good part of some of these movies, I can just tell. Not all. I think I put together a pretty decent lineup. I will try my absolute hardest to make sure I keep every single one of these reviews spoiler-free, unless I absolutely have to, which I will warn you about, and I'll have like a big something that'll flash across the screen. I'll talk about the movie, what it's about, what I liked about it, the characters, how scary it was, and then give an overall review. After I give my final score at the very end, I'll tell you if I recommend it or not, and that's it. My plan is to try and release them around like 2 o'clock my time. I think it's Central Time because I'm in Chicago. That's the plan, is to release them around 2 o'clock every day, but I'm a human, I go to school, I have work. It might be pushed back a little bit. You just have to subscribe to know, I guess. And if you're really invested in this, which I'm betting not very many people will be, because it's more for me wanting to document what I thought of these movies down the line, because it's way better to have a visual representation of you talking to yourself about what you thought of the movie. I don't know where I was going with that.
This guy stinks!
Make sure you're following me on all my socials up here. I'm a Harlequin. Also, subscribe while you're at it because I'm going to be releasing a lot of content this month, and I just really want to find a good part of the horror community that I can have good conversations with. So, if that is you, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and if you want to watch these movies with me, and if you're not, if you've already seen them, or if you just happen to follow upon one of the videos to see if I recommend it, just let me know. I'd love to hear that kind of stuff and interact because that's all I want. I just want to be I want to interact with the horror community. Well, with that being said, it is October 1st, and it's a little past 2 now. It's about 3. And I have a movie to go watch, which I already alluded to a little bit ago. If you didn't catch the hint, go back and look. Maybe you'll be able to guess it. I don't know if you will. I'm going to try and leave hints in every single one of the videos, if I can. We'll have to see how creative I get. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.